The situation in West Asia remains precarious and quite dangerous. With me is the Iranian ambassador to Delhi. So welcome to WION. My first question to you is about the situation. We have seen strikes by Iran in Israel. We have seen the Israeli invasion of Lebanon as well. What do you make of the situation in West Asia? How dangerous the situation is?
First of all, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to your audience frankly and to give you the truth or a clear picture of what's going on in and the ongoing situation in the region. Unfortunately, the ongoing situation in the region is not good. It is dangerous. As you mentioned, it is dangerous. Israel assassinated Ismail Haniyeh inside Iran. We were obliged to, according to the inherent rights for self-defense and United Nations Charter, we were obliged to use our legitimate right to defense and strike Israel for deterrence, to deter Israel from repeating such this violation on Iranian sovereignty. Besides this, the Israeli invasion in Lebanon and the continuation of genocide in Gaza is going on. So the situation, and unfortunately, there is the support of United States is continue, and not only it's continue, but financially, legally, and internationally, the United States is giving new and high-tech or very advanced ammunition to Israel, which can have important effect on the tension. So the situation is not good, and we hope that the United States and those who have influence on Israel will encourage and convince Israel for the escalation, since the escalation of the situation will not be on the benefit of no countries. It will, first of all, on security and the stability will not be could not be controlled in the official borders. It easily will pass. Besides this, the social and economical effects on the region, the whole region will be inevitable. So we hope that the wise people in countries who have influence on Israel will encourage it. Since we are not with war, we do not war. We have mentioned and emphasized, our supreme leaders said that we are defending ourselves. We are just trying to deter, and our strike on Israel was just with the intention of deterrence, nothing more.
Do you see the war spilling across West Asia? Do you see a broader regional conflict happening? We know that the strikes happened, which you said were in terms of deterrence. Do you also see strikes by Israeli side coming to Iran?
Israeli side has shown that it has no logic, and its behavior is irrational. So everything is possible from this regime. The ongoing massacre in Gaza, killing more than 41,000 innocent people. Even some part of them are combatants of Hamas. There is no doubt that there are combatants of Hamas between these casualties. But the continuation of killing and bloodshedding in Gaza, the number of casualties has exceeded 41,000 people. Besides this, Israeli forces are targeting tens of refugees. It means that they have nothing to save people. So everything is possible from this regime, but And for this reason, I hope that the wise people in the Western country and even in India, countries like India who has influence on Israel and have good relation with Israel, try to encourage it for de-escalation. But we are ready for any case or any situation.
So you mentioned about India. Let's focus on the Indian role. What kind of role do you see or foresee for India amidst this situation in West Asia? Do you see the office of India playing an important role in de-escalation, perhaps sending a message from the two sides calling on for de-escalation, something that we have seen in Ukraine and Russia?
Regarding giving and sending message between Iran and Israel, since we do not recognize Israel as a legitimate state, there is no exchange of message between Iran and Israel. So, and for this reason, there is no space for other mediator, such India or other countries, to mediate between Iran and Israel. You know, Iran is a state with old history, but Israel is an artificial regime which was set up in the occupied territory of Palestine. So regarding India, we believe that India, since has not only good but very close relation with Israel, and Israel is one of the close friends of India, India can encourage Israeli regime and attract its attention to the consequences of the current situation, and encourage it for de-escalation. Since the escalation is not on the benefit of none of the no sides, Iran, Israel, the whole region, and the globe at the globally will not be on the benefit of whole global.
Continuing with India, we saw the Indian External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar meeting the Iranian Foreign Minister in New York. The BRICS summit is also going to happen later this month. Iran is a member of BRICS. Now, can we expect high-level engagement between the two sides where there can be the discussion on this particular issue? And will there be a meeting between the Iranian side and the Indian side in BRICS?
Yes, thank you for this question. I should repeat again our respect and gratitude to India for helping Iran to be a full member of BRICS. We never forget this. We never forget this. And we are now working on meeting of our President, Dr. Pezeshkian, with PM Modi, Prime Minister of India, in coming summit of leaders of BRICS in Kazan of Russia. Of course, we were working on for a meeting, bilateral meeting of both high-ranking leaders in New York, but unfortunately for the logistical, the visit of PM Modi was too short. And also there were too many, both leaders were too busy. So we now are working on their meeting on Kazan.
So coming back to the situation in West Asia, now what's your assessment when it comes to the situation in Lebanon? Because Hezbollah is a group that is seen as a terror group by Israelis. It is seen as a resistance group by the Lebanese. So essentially when it comes to the Iranian support for Lebanon and for Hezbollah, what's your thought process assessment?
When you want to answer to this question, you should know Lebanon. Lebanon is a small country. It was appeared in the map of the region after the Sykes-Picot. There was a division of the region between France and England. And Lebanon, there are different ethnics in Lebanon. Shia group, Shia community, Sunni community, Maroni Christian, Maronis, Druze, Maroni. And because of the invasion of Israel to Lebanon, the government of Lebanon is not strong enough to defend the sovereignty of Lebanon. So this community, I mean, Shia, Sunni, Maroni, Druze, have their own party and the political party, and they are in the parliament, they are in the cabinet minister, and even they have their own militia to defend themselves beside and alongside with the army of Lebanon. You know, when we talk about Hezbollah or we talk about Phalange of Lebanon, who are Maroni, they both have, not only both, all of them, all of these groups have community, have a militia to defend themselves. So calling Hezbollah as a terrorist group is not true, and we should consider that all community in Lebanon, this party, Hezbollah is a political party, has a member in parliament, has member in cabinet minister. Also, Maroni's party and Sunni party have member in parliament, they have militia, they have. So just Hezbollah is now resist the occupation of and try to liberate the occupied territory of Lebanon. You know, still some part of south of Lebanon is under occupation of Israel, Qajar village, Mazar Shab'a. Since I served in Lebanon, I am fully aware of the situation and the Lebanon. So for this reason, we supported Hezbollah to liberate. We believe that any changes, not only in the West Asia, but also in Caucasus, this is our official position. Any changes in the official and well-known or internationally known border, and any changes in the geography of the region will cause a new round of tension and the escalation of clashes in the region. So we believe that the only solution is, and for this reason, we support Hezbollah to liberate, as we support we support Syria. We support Syria, and we officially supported the sovereignty of Syria. We officially supported Iraq, sovereignty of Iraq, and we did not recognize the referendum of separation of Kurdistan in Iraq. And also we do not accept any changes in the border of the countries in the Caucasus, as you are fully aware of this, which is also another issue. So the changes, and some groups are trying to change the status quo of the region, and they have plan. This plan is designed in United States and in some Western country to change the geopolitics of West Asia, and every time they call it by new name. Sometimes they call it by the Great West Asia, Great Middle East. Sometimes they call it Abraham Accord. Sometimes they introduce new projects such as IMEC and the maps which was introduced by this Hitler, new Hitler of the 21st century in the United Nations Assembly, shows that they have a plan to change the geopolitics of the region. Sorry for long speech.
So you mentioned about IMEC. What's your view on the IMEC? Because this is something that India has been strongly supporting.
You know, when Israel when India, first of all, India as an emerging economy and an emerging power in the world, with very high growth rate, needs needs to diversify its route to different market to get raw material and to send its products to different market. So it is natural for India to diversify its routes toward the border. But IMEC is a project. We believe that IMEC is a project which was designed for change of the geopolitics of the region. As you know, this Hitler, new Hitler, when showed two maps, it proves that they really have a plan to changing the reality of the region. But you know, somebody talks about the impact of IMEC on the INSTC. You may, if you be aware, you know, we do not feel any concern, we do not have any concern regarding the impact of IMEC on INSTC. INSTC's mission is to connect Indian Ocean, India to Russia, to Eurasia, to Afghanistan, to Iran, and through Russia and Caucasus and Europe. IMEC is just can bypass connect India to Europe. So we believe that the political and security impact of IMEC is much more important than the economic aspect of this project.
So also from your answer, you mentioned about Hezbollah, and there is an open support by Iran when it comes to Hezbollah. What next for Hezbollah? Its top leadership has been decimated. We saw Ayatollah Khamenei's speech, sermon as well on Friday as well. So what do you see or foresee for Hezbollah? Do you think Hezbollah is done, or do you think that it will rise again?
You know, Hezbollah is, first of all, Hezbollah, Hamas, are based, have two dimensions. Software, they have software and hardware. Software is this thought, this school, a school of resistance, a school of resistance. This school, this thought will not be damaged in any cases. Even if you demolish, if Israel could kill all of the leader and destroy this structure, you know. So this thought, as after one year, more than 1 year, Israel hitting Hamas, hitting Gaza, still people of Gaza are resisting, you know, because this thought is resilient. But regarding the hardware of Hezbollah, I mean structure, its military capabilities, I think Hezbollah is resilient. Hezbollah is resilient. Hezbollah is very, very well organized, and very soon it can recover. In fact, the loss of Secretary General of Hezbollah was, as Supreme Leader mentioned, was a great loss for Hezbollah and the Islamic world and all the people who have concern about the humanity because Hezbollah. But Hezbollah is able to pass this. Don't forget, we should not forget that in 2006, Hezbollah has passed a very bad situation, and for 33 days, Hezbollah and most part of south of Beirut was under very heavy strikes of Israel. But another thing is that Hezbollah and this school and this thought is supported by most part of Lebanese. Okay. You know, Israel is not just fighting Hezbollah as a Shia community. Israel is fighting most part of the population of Lebanon from Shia, Sunni, Druze, Maruni are supporting Hezbollah, and it will help Hezbollah to pass through this current tension.
So coming back to the India angle amidst this crisis, how do you see India's stance? The Indian government has issued one statement and the comment from the MEA spokesperson calling for restraint, expressing its concern. So essentially your reaction to Indian position at a time when two of its friends, two of its close allies, India has a civilizational relationship with Iran. India has close relationship with Israel in many terms, which we all know. So if you can talk about that.
We have very good and close relation with India. Our relation goes back to history. And we have been together alongside history, and we have started different projects. Chabar is just one example of our project. I am in close touch with MEA and different structure of India, and despite of we fully understand Indian side for not purchasing Iranian oil, and we do not insist in that because we do not want to harm Indian company, but at the same time we believe that there are too many opportunity to set up a new round of cooperation. So from our side, we are fully with India, and we hope that we expect that India, as friends of both countries, can play a constructive role. I always invited and asked countries who have influence on Israel, especially India, which I am ambassador in India, to use their asset, their influence, to encourage Israel for de-escalation. De-escalation will be on the benefit of both sides, the whole region, and also India.
I know, sir, time is running out. Two short questions. First, it was interesting to see the Indian naval assets, Indian naval ships docking at Bandar Abbas and having those exercises. So if you can elaborate on that naval angle in the relationship, and at that time when the situation was so dangerous.
It itself proves the level of close, good relation and strategic relation of Iran and India. Our relation, the relation between Iran and India has economic aspect, military aspect, political aspect, cultural aspect. Of course, there is, you may see that there is no balance between these aspects. In some ground, the cooperation has advanced. In some field, it is less developed. But the visit of the vessels of India and a few months back, Iranian vessel was in Mumbai, two big Iranian vessels, and also Iran also participated in the Milan 2024 marine exercise in Indian Ocean and Indian water. So the relation between Iran and India is progressive, and we are satisfied of this. And we, as I mentioned, we are grateful for Indian support for membership of Iran in Shanghai, in membership of Iran in BRICS, and also we are trying to find different solutions for the issues which are raised, and both sides have tried. I myself felt this. Both sides are trying to not interfere in each other internal issue first, and secondly, to save bilateral relation from third-part factors. This is a strategic point.
So my last question to you is, last week was very busy for you. I saw you at various events where essentially homage was paid to Hassan Nasrallah, whether it's at the India Islamic Center, whether it's at Iranian Culture Center as well. We have seen marches as well in the Indian Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, in Indian cities like Lucknow, and of course here in Delhi as well on Friday. What do you have to say about this events where you participated, and also these protests and marches when it comes to Hassan Nasrallah?
You know, as Hindu have solidarity with each other, Shia community, Muslim community have solidarity and show solidarity with each other. Besides this, Hassan Nasrallah was a well-known leader and was supported and was beloved by many people, not only between Shia community or Sunni community, be it between Muslim, but even non-Muslim. He was well-known and famous between non-Muslim people all around the world. So if the people were allowed in Western country, you could witness march of and demonstration of people on the, to commemorate the martyrdom of Hassan Nasrallah. And in India, Indian people has experience of colonialism, and they are fully they have felt the effects of colonialism, and so they can understand the meaning of resistance against occupation. So when we even in Delhi, not only in Jammu and Kashmir, even in Delhi, I received too many condolences and too many messages from Hindus. I received many Hindus, personalities, dignitaries, that they came to our embassy and called me and sent message and said, we are sad, Hassan Nasrallah was so and so. So the killing and assassination of Hassan Nasrallah was a loss for all human beings, not just for Hezbollah or Shia community or Muslim community, was for all human beings.
Well, on that note, thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure speaking to you as always, and we will continue the conversation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I always follow your channel, and I am ready to answer your question, to give a clear picture without any bias, and give the reality of the ongoing situation in the region. Unfortunately, there is some sides try to censor the reality and present what they want, not what's ongoing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.